Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the 808 podcast where I interview business owners, CEOs, and whoever else I feel like. 4 questions, 8 minutes and 8 seconds because 808 looks like Bob. Here we go. Question number one, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what do you do?
I'm Kevin with ITCB Consulting, and we're all about leadership. We're management, leadership, and coach, employee engagement experts, trainer, and motivational speakers, and we help you achieve success through walking through the 3 levels of leadership success to develop that culture, to attract, empower, and police, and free up everyone in your company to do what they need to do.
Love it, Kevin. Question number 2, what advice do you want to share? Go.
The advice I'd like to share is get really solid in these 3 levels of leadership. Can really transform your company. The first level of leadership is really you, and it's your superstar qualities. Now, you have a natural abilities, experience, and knowledge, and a skill set, and the combination of those together is really what makes you a superstar in certain areas. And then the next part is, hey, these things you're a superstar at, do, and these things you're not, really make sure to delegate. So it sounds easy, but a lot of us fall short on that one. The next area, which I think is really the game changer. And this is all about your team. Now, your team, your employees are kind of like a big treasure chest filled with gold at your company. And it's up to you as a leader to basically unlock that gold. And a lot of the things that happen is we tend to focus on our stuff and our problems and kind of not see things through the eyes of our team. And that can cause a lot of problems. I talk about it as we can ice our team. We can, by not engaging with our team, we can really, I cared earlier. You used to care and they're unmotivated because we really didn't deal with them and interact with them. And the thing that's been so successful for me at the past is doing employee engagement engine. We sit down with everyone, we get them in a room and we make a real safe, respectful, appreciated area. And we just literally ask them questions and they share their ideas on products and improvements and processes. They a lot of times tell us problems we don't know, and they give us the solutions to fix them. And a lot of times we sit down and we, as a group, prioritize things. And this is so great because as we actually prioritize these things, what it does is they were involved in the solution and the process and the results. So then their motivation is really high. You have achieved great buy-in because you did it as a group. And a lot of times we all complain because, hey, people don't want to change. And your team doesn't want to change because their discomfort and pain is really here. And what we need to do is we need to look at everything through their eyes. What's in it for me? How does this affect me? And then by doing that, we can lower that pain and discomfort by talking to it, and we can show them the rewards and the benefits for the change. And when we're positive on that side, it can really change things. And I just by Phil Condit, he is that none of us is as smart as all of us. And I really believe that. And pulling your team together and asking them really creates a lot of, say, heat for your company where you end up with a highly engaged, appreciative team. And that's just really takes your success to a whole different level. And the third level of leadership success is really talking about the process. So the first initial one is really your strategic destination. It's where do you want to take your company and where do you want to go? And actually, you're putting that X on the map. This is where I want to go. And then make sure to record why you want to get there. You need to know why you're going to that point. And the next thing, which I think a lot of people don't do, is we want to go there, but take that time and really figure out that map. How are we getting there? Plan out your route just like you would on a trip. What's the quickest way to get there? If we don't do that, we float along and we may take who knows what route and waste a lot of time and money and effort to actually get there. The next thing to really focus on in your company is those inefficiencies. All these little things, we're dealing with these big problems and everyone on our team has these little problems. And a lot of times we don't focus on them, but all those little things, they take time, they take money. And the worst part is a lot of those little nagging things, they really take the heart and the soul and the passion out of our team. And then their attitudes go down, work ethic goes down, and then you're paying a lot more for less. And you really don't want that to happen. So, yeah, and then the last part to really do is after every event, really sit and focus on things and call a meeting with your team. Again, asking your team questions. And this is really simple. After any big project event, write down what went right. And then ask everyone what went wrong. And then after they said what went wrong, literally come up with the solutions and list all those things out. And a lot of time, then we had an event, we made these mistakes, it cost us time and money, we paid for it, don't pay for it a second time. Fix those things and really make sure that happens. And the biggest key on these processes, they're all different. They're unique. It's a different mindset, a different personality who drives them. In your company, assign each of these to someone. Make it someone's number one priority. Because if there's one thing I've learned in businesses, when you get size, if it's not someone's number one priority, then don't expect it to happen. And all of this I shared is really a bunch of knowledge to help you find ways to win, but you need to apply it. You need to use it. And then through that using, that's when it turns into it's a great day to win. And that's what we're looking for.
Absolutely. Hey, Kevin, we got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, so let's keep going. Question number 3, what other top CEOs, business owners, or influencers that you know are successful like you that you want to give a shout out to, and they should be on my podcast?
Okay. I'll give a shout out to John Henline. He's retired now, but he was the engineering manager at Bobcat. And he was instrumental in teaching me and showing me so many things during my career. And he was really involved when Bobcat was a smaller company and really helped them to get to a multi-billion-dollar company where they're actually number one in the world in market share. So he poured so much wisdom into me. I just appreciate it.
Well, thank you for that. Number 4, final fun question. Tell me about your first sale.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you about my first sale. I'm going to tell you about the first sale where I actually learned something in life. And I think that's more valuable to your audience. Went on a sale with our chief engineer and we went to a customer. They had a problem. They called us in to solve the solution. Chief engineer and I went there. He started talking and he hit it off really great with the customer. So I basically sat there and took notes the whole time. They were rocking it. The customer decided, yes, we want you to solve our problem. The chief engineer said, hey, we have this local office and they're really close to us and we want them to do the work for you. And the customer looked right at both of us and said, no, I want him to do it. I want Kevin to do it. And the thing I really realized is that meeting maybe took an hour. And I sat there and took notes. My boss did all the talking. I asked 3 questions for clarity saying, hey, exactly what do you want? Took notes and got all that. And then he insisted the only way our company got that project was if I did the work. And the thing I really learned is you don't have to sound wise by talking. What's really important is the customer. What do they want? What do they need? Ask them questions, take notes and listen, and they can think really highly of you and you didn't even do anything. So it's important to listen to the customer, listen to them, don't do all the talking.
100% agree. You've got 35 seconds left. You want some promo time?
Well, no, I don't need promo time. I just really thank you, Bob, for saying, hey, I love being on here, the opportunity. I really hope what I shared really benefits your audience and everyone. And just remember, it's not what we know, it's what we actually use and apply. So
perfect. I appreciate that there. You pulled it off. 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Kevin, why is it 8 minutes and 8 seconds?
It's 8 minutes and 8 seconds because 808 looks like Bob.
You got it. There you go. Hey, say your website real quick.
It's ITCBconsulting.com.
In the description, it's magic. Kevin, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat to you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome. And for everyone else watching or listening, I am legally required to tell you to like, share, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, whatever the heck the social media network tells you to do. This is Bob Clark. You all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.